Now I know what it takes. I'm putting a new face on the old one, ready for anything. Playing with fate, not a moment too late. Showing the whole world nothing can get me down. Ooh, give me a break, yeah, yeah. Give me a break, 'cause I sure need one. Give me a break, yeah, yeah. I finally know where I belong. Give me a break, yeah, yeah. Give me a break, 'cause I sure need one. Give me a break, yeah, yeah. I finally know where I belong. Give me a break.
Last week, Nell quit college and gave up her dream of being a child psychologist. Instead, she decided to manage a rock group led by an ex-convict. She tried to get the band on Gary Collins' Our Magazine show, but Gary was not too thrilled with them. When Nell went backstage to tell the leader how much she hated the number, she discovered he'd been in prison for murdering the music critic who didn't like one of his songs.
See, I thought you were gonna kill me when I said I hated your song.
You hate my song?
Who said that?
You didn't know. You stood right there and said you hated my song.
No, I didn't. No. I said I loved it. See, you just didn't understand me because of the laughter and the beating of my heart. No. Everywhere you go, your eyes. Ooh, I love that song. Huh?
Did Gary love it?
Oh, yeah, he loved it so much he wants to hear another one.
I haven't got another one now.
What?
Yeah, I was going to write one, but I got paroled.
Well, can't you fake one?
Fake one? I can't even play that one.
Oh, well, I guess I better go tell Gary that you can't
No.
do it. What?
Why can't we just do the first one again? You said Gary loved it.
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, actually, he would like to hear something just a little different, a little more upbeat, a little faster.
I don't sing fast, Nell. I depend on a slow, sexy delivery. I'm the Johnny Mathis type. I'm as helpless as a kitten up there.
Boy, I better go tell Gary that you can't do this. Okay?
No.
What?
I got an idea.
What?
Why don't you sing the song, Nell? You said you used to be in show business.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You can sing
See-
it as fast as you want. What do I care? I can't play.
No, look. I don't sing anymore.
Don't you want us to have a second chance?
Me.
Well, I think they liked us, don't you?
Yeah, I think you did a great job.
Oh, girls, thank heaven you're here. You gotta help me. See, if I don't go on stage and make Second Chance look good, I might lose my life.
You want us to sing at your funeral?
I know all the words to Rock of Ages.
No, I'm too young to die.
You?
Oh, shut up. Look, I want you to be my backup singers, okay? All you have to do is just sing in my key.
What's the key?
Just do what I do. Okay, so. Now do it together. Wow, that's terrific. I think you just saved the life of somebody I really love. Me.
Thank you, Happy. That was wonderful. You know, some of the acts we've had here were so bad they smelt, which incidentally is on the menu for only $6.95. But seriously, folks, it's not often that we ask an act to appear twice here on Amateur Night at Skipper Dwayne's, but because Gary Collins loved them so, here they are again to sing for you the one and only Second Chance.
Everywhere we go, your eyes are in motion, watching every lady with a curve. You think you're so smooth, Oh, well, when do you want to have my show?
Well, listen, I've got a house band. It's you that I want. I want you in my show.
Oh, well, that's nice, but what about my band?
Listen, I don't do variety often, but I think my audience is gonna love you. Listen, take this and call this fella. That's my talent coordinator, all right?
Oh, but no, I'm a retired singer.
Sinatra told me the same thing. Bye-bye now.
But what about the band?
Hey, Nell.
Huh?
I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Guys, I've been talking, and we don't think it's going to work out for us.
What?
Yeah, we don't think you're right for the group. You sing too loud. You don't sound like a convict.
Oh, and I thought you didn't know anything about music.
Well, we just want to thank you for all you tried to do for us. You're a good person, Nell. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell Bubba to look you up when he gets out.
Whoa, didn't I tell you I'm thinking about going back home to Alabama? No, Morocco. That's where I always wanted to go. My roots. Addie!
What about the ladies' table?
Leave it. I'll take care of it.
Good night.
Good night.
Nell? Honey, what are you doing? I dropped Katie off. I went by the house. I paid Joey's babysitter for you. I waited. You never showed up.
Oh, Addie.
What's wrong?
Addie, I've been thinking, and I've been thinking, I've been thinking, I've been thinking, and I still don't know what to think.
Now, let me make it simple for you. Don't go back in the show business. Go back to college. Professor Barrett would welcome you with open arms.
I don't think so, Addie. Not after he sees what I carved on my desk when I left.
But you might like some coffee.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks.
You gotta love him.
Now, you told me you hated the life of a singer. I mean, being on the road all those months, all the crummy bands and the lousy hotels and the awful food.
Addie, those are just excuses I made up because I didn't make it, you know. I didn't get a break. But now maybe this is the right time for me.
Now, don't make a decision this big on the rebound. You've got to give it more thought.
I have given it thought, Addie, and I just don't know what to think, okay?
Okay. Well, you know how I feel, but you've got to make up your own mind. But I'm telling you, honey, if you would ask anybody, they would tell you to go back to college.
Excuse me. I have a chance to go on the Gary Collins show and to be a singer, you know, possibly start a whole new career, even though I did, you know, I was a singer a while back and it didn't work. Anyway, do you think I should go back to Glen Lawn Community College, even though Professor Barrett passed me over for that child psychology training course at Stanford, or should I chunk the whole thing and just become a singer?
No entiendo. No hablo inglés.
Thank you. You were a big help. I'm gonna be a singer.
I really don't believe you, Nell Harper.
No more Nell Harper. From now on, it's just one word. Nell. Just like Madonna.
I think that's wonderful. Welcome back. I'm still talking with a very talented Nell Harper, who's going to sing for us in just a few minutes. But before that, I'd like to introduce a very, very interesting couple. Now, they're both anthropologists. They've been married to each other for 15 years. But more importantly, they've just spent a year on a tiny Polynesian island, and they've written a book about it. Please welcome Doctors Jane Keller and Raymond Michelson. How are you? Welcome to the show. You know Nell Harper? How are you? Well, let's start with a little geography. What was the name of the island that you spent the year on?
Boratania.
Ton.
Boratania is the name recognized by the United Nations.
Although you know how behind the times the UN is.
We were...
Ton is the name the islanders took after the revolution last year.
Still, the correct name is Boratania.
They've got Ton on the T-shirts at the airport.
True.
Be that as it may, you've written a very wonderful book about that year on Boratania.
Yes, we...
Ton.
We call it Growing Up Below the Equator.
Wait a minute. I think I just bought that book.
Ah.
Isn't it about raising children in a primitive society?
Yes, it is, Nell, and we found some amazing similarities between Western society and Boratania. All in all, it's a little bit like Pittsburgh with the beach.
I can't agree.
You,
see, the
take,
native-
for example, our own son.
Well, let's not discuss our family on television,
Just
Raymond.
for an example.
Yeah, how many children do you have?
We have the one...
7.
Boy, Milo.
Ray doesn't count the 6 children I helped support in Laos.
I thought that was Korea.
It's Laos.
Laos,
It's always been Laos.
not Korea.
And I'm just sick of you calling it Korea.
Well, anyway, we discovered that our son Milo experienced the same problems in relating to his Boratanian peers that he had back home.
Well, that's because you made him so neurotic about
I
being
did
short.
not make him neurotic
You
about
put lifts in his
being
tennis shoes,
short.
didn't you?
We're going to be right back. We'll take a short break and continue our fascinating discussion with these two scientists. Stay there. We'll be back in a
I
minute.
did not make him neurotic. I merely explained to him that being short was insignificant and unimportant.
I hardly think insignificant is the proper word to use for a 15-year-old boy who's 4'2".
Listen. Listen, if I can just make a suggestion. Now, I think we're getting a little bit off the track. And when we come back, if we can just get into the book and kind of get a little more general about it, your son's experiences, for example. But what was the thing that they did, that game that the kids played on the island? Wasn't it similar to our baseball?
Yes, it is similar. Gary, it's quite similar, only they use a coconut instead of a baseball.
Very hard. It's a lot more dangerous than
Jane was
baseball.
always a little afraid Milo might get hit in the head with a coconut.
And he did.
Well, he's forgotten about it. I don't...
Well, of course he forgot
why you
about it.
don't
It's because he had a temporary loss of memory right after the game.
See, now that's perfect. That's the kind of thing we want to talk about. I mean, it must be a fascinating experience to be involved in another culture.
Oh, please.
No thanks. No thanks to the boy's mother. If she had her way, he'd have spent the whole time in a hut playing with that stupid computer she drug
Will you
along.
stop? Will you
Do
just
you
stop?
think that she went to one of his coconut ball games? Gary, they were into playoffs with the island of Cava.
That's
and
Senegal.
I just wanted the kid to have a little fun, that's all.
It was supposed to be a learning experience.
Well-
He wasn't there to just have fun.
But you know, kids learn more when they're having fun, don't you think?
Yes, I do, Nell. I think that's true. Well, he would have had fun if his mother had been a little less overprotective.
A 15-year-old boy still needs protection.
But sometimes children need protection from the very ones that are trying to protect them.
Oh, look at this. What are you doing? Trying to say that I'm keeping my son dependent on me? Is that
If
what you're
she's not saying it, I certainly will. Good observation,
Well, why
Nell.
don't you take Nell with you to Terra Uza next year?
Why not?
Instead of me.
At least she listens to me.
How long is she going to listen to you after you've eaten bark for 2 weeks?
Please, I didn't mean to start anything. I was just listening.
Which is something Jane has never done.
I'd like to know where you get off telling me how to raise my child, sweetheart.
Well, it's just that I hate to see a child caught between two parents. Because you know what happens? It always ends up with a kid being hurt.
All right, here we go. Well, welcome back. We've just been having a wonderful, if not lively, discussion about growing up on this Polynesian island, and I must say I was so impressed, Nell, with your knowledge about children and relationships and so forth. Now, I mean, this is in no way denigrating a singer, but you're a wonderful singer. But your knowledge, your grasp of child psychology, have you been interested in that for some time?
Well, yes, but, well, up until recently, my major was child psychology at Glenlawn College, yes.
Glenlawn? Oh,
yes, yeah.
With Professor Barrett.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Hey, yeah. Barrett is a very old friend of ours.
Old. The man is old, okay?
As a matter of fact, he's watching the show right now. Lionel, this girl is terrific.
Oh, she is? Well, put this in your banana leaf and smoke it, Raymond. You're a third-rate anthropologist.
That again.
You're an incompetent father, and you're a lousy camper.
This mere girl knows more about children than you and your 12 Koreans will ever know.
From Laos.
No, really, I'm really not that good, because if I were, Professor Barrett wouldn't have passed me over when he chose the students for the child psychology program at Stanford.
He passed you over?
Yes, he did.
Oh, Lionel, what is the matter with you? Are you drifting again? This young woman is exactly the sort we need in the field. Don't give it a second thought, Nell. You go back, get your degree, give me a call. I can get you into 50 training programs.
You can do that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, sure, just like you did with that Linda Fleming.
Jane.
And Sarah Mindlin.
Please.
And little Tina Morgan.
Jane?
I hope you like Brahms.
Those were just students of mine.
Did you hear that, Professor Barrett?
Now, wait a minute, Nell. Does this mean that you're going to go back to college and give up that shot with a singing career?
Yes, and just wait till he sees what I carve on my desk next year.
Well, aren't you going to sing for us?
Well, I didn't say I wouldn't sing. I mean, although I am going back to school, but I wouldn't miss a chance to sing in your show for all the tea and tauntaun.
But now we're
Addie, what are you doing here?
I couldn't wait. Julie let me in. I just had to hear about your first day back in Professor Barrett's class.
No, it's okay. He's thrilled I'm back.
It's wonderful. Then he didn't see you on TV.
Yeah. In fact, he thought I was brilliant.
I don't understand. He must have heard you say you carved something about him on his desk.
Yep. And he was real impressed that I used the old English spelling. Jerke.
He saw that and it still went all right?
Mm-hmm. And he also wrote something he told me he wanted to look at and tell him what I thought.
Now that's fantastic. I mean, I knew you had the talent to be a child psychologist, but your first day back, Professor Barrett writes a paper and he wants you to look at it?
Oh,
You
yeah?
must be overwhelmed. I mean, tell me, exactly what did he say?
Well, he said, have I got a song for you?
Professor Barrett, who teaches psychology, writes songs?
Yep. Listen. Sick Little Boy. Words and music by L.B. Barrett. Eric is a happy boy whose life seems so melodic. But underneath the surface, he's really most neurotic. He suffers from paranoia and also from schizophrenia. Eric, your problems are so many.
That is the worst song ever written. I mean, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do what's right, Addie. I'm gonna tell him his song is brilliant. Eric is a happy boy whose life seems most melodic.